Peace, 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 peace to the gods and the goddesses and kings and queens, brothers and sisters. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a short stop video, and I want to bring this up. It's kind of funny in a way, but it's very, very sad. The reason why I'm stating this video, putting this video out, is because, I'm like everybody else who's on YouTube. I got my own page on YouTube, but at the same time, I also be watching, studying some of the great scholars, listening to their message, listening to their scholarship. And then I like to dabble a little bit on new scholars and new adventurers, to tell you the truth. I like to dabble a little bit and see what a lot of these new scholars got to talk about. No, this ain't nothing new what I'm saying. So, bear with me. You got a young man named Nature Boy. I was watching his page. I knew I seen him before. Now, when he spit that fire out, he spit that fire out. I mean, that knowledge of his is deep about the nature of life, because he's telling the truth. He speaks about the nature of life. He speaks about the way things flow. And he speaks about how we supposed to be one with nature, which we are, that our lower self is basically living in this atmosphere. And our higher self is supposed to be, living and connecting with the sun. Now, I understand the whole concept. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's a beautiful concept, man. It's beautiful. And I understand clearly we need to be in the sun. Now, I got a little bit of discouraged, and I'm going to tell you why. Quickly. Because the brother Nature Boy was stating that you shouldn't be working and you're supposed to live off the land. Well, first of all, most of us come from a family that's background that was working. Second of all, if you on YouTube and you got over like 15,000 viewers, between 5 and 15,000 views, put it that way, I already know you're getting a check cut out. You're getting a check cut now. So you ain't just doing it and then not accepting the check. I'm not no fucking fool. See, I read between the lines, because first of all, I don't appreciate no brothers or sisters talking about how another man's supposed to eat. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you doing things the natural way, listen, baby, brother Nature Boy, more power to you. Much respect, God. Much respect. But to sit down there in Costa Rica and fucking disrespect Brother Polite, disrespect Pharaoh Allah, Dr. Serbi, for what? Like, what's the reason why you gotta clip them? Listen, these men have been putting in this work, teaching our melanin race. Just like you teaching them our melanin race. But you don't need to downgrade other scholars. You leave that imagination to the people. Because all the people got to do is do their research. I'm keeping it real. All people got to do is do their research. Now, if a person don't want to do their research and they decide they want to follow you and they go to Costa Rica, because you got some people who followed you and was on the internet based on, they were saying negative things too. You know what I'm saying? So, I didn't appreciate them people talking about you like that. Because you dropping in that science, my brother. You dropping it, but I think you need to stay a little more humble. I think, my opinion, your source, your resource is off the chain. Just like I think Polite's resource is off the chain. I believe, and I also love Pharaoh Allah, young Pharaoh. All these people, all these guys, information is off the chain. Y'all don't need to be hurting each other and downgrading each other and talking about this was not a prophet, this one is not a real master teacher, and so on and so forth. You don't need to do all that. To me, it's pathetic. And y'all all going back and forth with each other like it's necessary to do so, when the true mission is to teach. You obviously got into this paradigm to teach. Something gave you a calling. The ancestors gave you a calling, if you will, to teach or deliver the message. It's not about who's right and who's wrong. It's not about, oh, I'm a better teacher than this one. Oh, their vocabulary is not that well spoken. It's not about, oh, this one curse so much. You can't reach everybody anyway. Then I also noticed, which of course it was bluntly up front, when you had the Caucasian woman, you got the Caucasian man. I understand your concept of their melanin while they're out there in that sun is being mutated and getting stronger because they're getting darker. Obviously, that's scientifically, no matter who you are. You out in that sun, you're going to get darker. Some of them will burn, and some of them won't. Just like the dark race can burn too if they're out in that sun. We all know that. We all know that. But my main point is this, my brothers. Come on, man. Y'all guys are really important. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real. You guys is really important. Y'all don't realize all that bickering going back and forth. You got brothers and sisters who truly look up to you guys. You understand? I'm 50 years old, and when I hear a brother like young Pharaoh Allah, yo, I am so impressed with this brother because his frequency out, the range of it is out there, man. His frequency is out there. Polite's whole philosophy of how to break things down and be able to reconstruct whatever issues or whatever topic he's dealing with is unbearable. Not unbearable, that's not the word I'm looking for. It's fantastic. It's wonderful. Sorry for using the word unbearable. My bad, polite. But Then you got Nature Boy. You spit fire, my brother. You spit fire. You come from another angle. And you know what I'm saying? And I see how you use the nature of life, the way it flows through all things. And the way you break down and systematically break down how the earth, the trees, the minerals that's in the earth, how the sun, I mean, all this is